Hi everybody! So in this lesson we're going to learn about two things. We're going to learn about gestures and body language and body movement, and we're also going to learn about monologue. Now, what is monologue, you might ask? This may be the kind of word that you've come across before, or it might be a word that you've never come across. So a monologue comes from the word mono, meaning one person speaking. Okay, so it's kind of opposite to dialogue, which is where there are more people speaking. So if you see a play and there are lots of people speaking on the stage, or if you see a film and there's discussion happening, that is dialogue. Monologue is when one person is speaking. Now this can happen in a number of different ways. Monologues sometimes are what is termed a direct address to the audience. So it's when they're looking straight down the camera, as if they are looking straight at you and telling you, do you believe that this has just happened? I can't believe it. Often used in things like pantomime. And obviously there's quite a bit of this in Shakespeare, and some films use this as well, where suddenly the character looks straight down the lens of the camera and looks like they're speaking directly at you. So that's always fun. Okay, so that's one kind. Another kind of monologue is when a character is expressing their thoughts. So, you know, sometimes you have these ideas that run through your head, and sometimes you find yourself speaking them out loud, and you think, oh, was meant to stay in there. Okay, so that's another type of monologue, where you're thinking, gosh, I've just done the online shopping. Did I put peas in that order? Did I order enough chocolate for the week? All right, so it's things like that, thinking out loud. All right, so that is monologue. So you can think about what kind of monologue your character might have. Are you talking directly to someone, as if the person at the other end of the camera is your audience, or are you thinking out loud? Those are the two. There are other forms of monologue, but we're going to stick to those two. Okay. Now the other thing is, now that we've decided how your character speaks and whether they move maybe slowly or jerkily, quickly, we're going to think more about the bigger picture. Okay? So if your character is sitting down, do they sit straight? Do they sit maybe kind of a bit slouched to one side, or are they completely slouched? Think about how your character, if you want to have your character get up and walk around, absolutely you can. So how does your character walk? Do they take big long strides or lots of little steps? All right? Do they walk fast? Do they walk slow? Do they pace? Pacing means are they walking backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards? Okay? So think about those things. Think about, is your character someone that uses a lot of gestures? Are they constantly using their hands to explain what they're saying? Or are their hands generally in their lap or perhaps by their side, not really doing much? Okay? I want you to start looking around at the people that you live with or the people on TV and start thinking, how do they walk? How do they move? How do they talk? This is all the way that we express ourselves. So how did they express themselves? Okay, so now that you've got your character idea, you kind of got a sense of who your character is. The next thing we're going to do is I have prepared a number of monologues for you, and you're going to read through those monologues. Well, we will read through them together, okay? And you can decide which one of those fits your character the best. Now, if you want to, you can make up your own monologue. You can totally take an idea from one of the monologues or something that is completely your own, okay? Think about, what story does your character want to tell? Because life is all about stories, and the stories that we tell each other. This is how we learn. This is how we keep cultures going. This is how we understand the world, through stories. So never underestimate the power of a story. Okay, I will see you real soon with the next video. But until then, think about how your character moves.